Welcome back. Another quick, I say episode, whatever you want to call it. This is not going to be on the build of the XB, but it is going to be a component that I'm using in the XB. As you guys know, I plan to compete SQ and SPL with this. So overall, no matter if I'm doing SQ or SPL, I want the entire build to be clean, neat, and easy to operate. So I don't want to have extraneous stuff that's just I have to drag out of the vehicle and back into the vehicle to compete. I just want to go select my tune and go compete. So with this, one of the key things is SPL competition. And you guys know I'm running the 224s, each powered by a 3K. But my big issue is, how do I compete SPL? And I don't mean how do I do it, I know how, but what I mean is typically when you're competing SPL, you need to stand outside the vehicle so you can see the monitor, the display at the event, because you don't want to go over on power and, break out on your run. So you need a way to, one, control the output level of your subs, and two, you need to see the display. Now, this is where these guys come in, and this is just a potentiometer. You'll see these bobbleheads, you'll see them built into bobbleheads, all kinds of stuff. But the big issue with this, no matter if it's just a standard potentiometer, just a remote level control is all this is. It's a way to remotely adjust the output level of your sub amps. So when you're using what's typically used as a potentiometer, when you're using these guys, you have an input set of RCAs and an output set of RCAs. And let's just go ahead and look at this. If my amps are in the back of the vehicle and I need to stand outside the vehicle, I want to be dragging this out of the vehicle, making my run, looking at the monitor, and then I'm going to have to tuck it back in the vehicle. I do not want to do this. There's some cool bobblehead type RCAs or bass knobs out there, but I just don't like the idea of having the cables. So I'm going wireless, and I'm going to show you guys that now. This is from the Amp Lab, and this one specifically is from Slam Panda Systems, Zach at Slam Panda. So I'm going to take this is what I'm going to use for all my SPL runs. I may even use it if I have a migraine at a show and I put people in the vehicle and I just dial the bass up from outside the vehicle. But this will be what I'm using. I'm going to show you why I'm using this in just a second. All right, this is the Wireless Level Controller Plus, or the Ultimate Wireless Bass Knob, and again, it is from the Amp Lab. This one specifically is from Slam Panda Systems, and I'm going to open this up and show you guys. Right off the bat, we have the manual with features and specs. It's wireless. It's a I can't talk. It's a Bluetooth 4.0 LE technology, which means there's no wired connections. It's OLED display, LED illumination. It's RGB selectable on the Plus, which is what I have here. Multiple LED colors and effects on the Plus. Adjustable LED brightness. Low voltage hold. Pressing the knob will toggle between current voltage and the lowest recorded voltage. And it resets if voltage does not drop any lower for 5 seconds. It has a safe mode, which means it mutes the audio automatically if signal with the remote is lost, and that is a feature on the Plus only. We have adjustable knob sensitivity. There's 3 levels, and that's a Plus feature. We have a built-in mute function, which is a full attenuation. We have full analog audio in and out. So what they're talking about here is everything is analog. Even though we're using a Bluetooth connection to control it, the audio signal is always analog in, analog out of the bass unit, and the Bluetooth connection is only to adjust the output level in the bass unit. High quality digital potentiometers instead of the standard potentiometers that we would normally use in a bass knob. Tiffany style RCAs, has a range of up to 25 feet, USB-C charging, up to 35 hours of battery life with automatic sleep mode. It has battery protection from over discharge, overcharge, short circuit, over current. Wide frequency response, 10 hertz to 50 hertz. You guys know I'm going to use this in an IB application. And in the Audi, we were doing 130 decibels at 7 hertz. Well, actually a little over 130, but we were at 130 plus from 7 hertz and up. So I'm going to test the low frequency limits of this later, not in this video though. So I open this up and it goes over operating voltage 9 to 16 volts. Guys, pay attention to this 9 to 16 volt spec. If you're running a high voltage SPL system, you do not want to go past that 16 volt spec. People have had issues. Standby current draw when you're not really using it is less than a milliamp. Active current draw is 1 amp, less than 1 amp. Max audio input voltage. So this is the signal level coming from your head unit, your processor, whatever, 5 volts max RCA level inputs. And again, their frequency response is 10 to 50K. So I'm not worried about the 50K. 10K is more concerned, more what I'm concerned about. Power supply, 3.7 volt lithium. Charge time, 3 to 4 hours. And guys, I did go ahead and charge this when it arrived. When it's charging, the little LED is red. When it's fully charged, it turns blue. So battery life without illumination. This will all make more sense as you see it later in the video. Battery life without illumination up to 18 hours, with illumination up to 11 hours. So you can go out and demo all day either way. Connections to base, pairing instructions, charging controls, menu, display, all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and get to what comes in the box. Now, in the box, you have your base unit, and this is where you have your battery, your battery, your remote, and your ground connections. And then you have left and right inputs. You can order these with additional outputs. So you've got left and right input, left and right output. You can order them with additional outputs. And as you see here, this is from the Amp Lab. Now this is the base module. This is everything that your RCAs connect to, and there's nothing else you need to do to this. You apply power to it, you have your inputs and outputs, and that's it. What's neat about it is it comes with this neat little mounting plate. So you drop your mounting plate there, this guy is magnetic, and it's always there. Just an easy way to mount it without having to have actual fasteners in the module. If we look in here, we'll see it's going to be kind of difficult to see. Right here, you'll see the Bluetooth unit. The board's labeled with battery positive, remote and ground there. You'll see left out, right out, left in and right in. You can read it on the board there. So really nice looking unit. I got mine with a smoke finish, which really doesn't matter because you will never see this in the install. There's a reason I got this. One thing I do want to note is you look here, this label, the Amp Lab, this is not a sticker. This is UV printed directly onto the acrylic. This is not a sticker. And that's going to bring us to our other unit here, which I had Zach make for me. Now, the reason I got this from Panda Systems instead of the Amp Lab is Zach will do custom graphics and logos on the knob for you. And I wanted my logo on this with a little carbon background because a lot of carbon in the build. So again, UV printed on this acrylic here, which is really cool, and that is on the back side of the acrylic, so any wear on this isn't going to wear off the print. Just like the base, we have a mount. You can mount this somewhere in the vehicle, put your base knob there, it's always mounted, and then when you're ready to use it, you just take it off. So really easy. Even the back side has the logo on it, which is cool. So if I turn this on, you'll see it boot up, firmware version. It's not connected to the base unit, but that is just boot. So if I turn it on again, we're on, it's booted up, and then I hit the switch again, and we have LED illumination. So there's 3 switch positions on the bottom of this. There's no LED, LED, and then off. So right there. Also on the bottom, you have your USB, turn the lights on, be easier to see. You have USB-C charging right here, and you guys should be able to see that 3.7 volt lithium battery there. So overall, very clean unit. It's not huge, it's perfect in the hand. So physical build, they knocked it out of the park. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead, power this guy up, and then we will go through the pairing process and other features. Okay, I've got my power connections complete there, and we're going to go ahead and power this guy up, and you will see that the LEDs come on, and about every second it will flash. Now that is to indicate that it is not paired to the handheld unit. So instructions for pairing: we're going to power on the unit but with this off, and then when we want to pair, this isn't your typical base knob. So your knob like we had earlier with the RCAs, you're just going to rotate this. This is actually a rotary encoder like you would see on a Helix Director. We've got a knob here that turns, and then it's also push button. So this is a rotary encoder. This just sends signals to the device here, which then signals the device here, and we can rotate this as much as we want, unlike a standard potentiometer. So with having this push button feature on this, we have more control as to what this actually does instead of just raising lower levels. So we're going to go ahead and start the pairing process. So go ahead, shut this off. Instructions: make sure power switch on the remote is off, power on the base station, and observe the LED lighting. If the LEDs on the base should be pulsing once every second, and we have that. Within 1 minute of powering on the base, press in and hold the volume knob right here, and while holding the button, turn on the remote. So we're going to turn on the remote. You can see it is in pairing mode. Continue to hold the button. And we are now paired. You notice the flashing is gone, and immediately you see the voltage display here. So we are at 11.8 volts. All right, I apologize, I had to cut because the dogs are barking, but hey, it wouldn't be Batdog Garage without them, so I'm okay with it. Now I'm going to go through the menu here, show you guys features of this thing. At this point, all I've done is pair it, and right here on the display, if I hit this rotary encoder real quick, you guys will see the little L pop up here. That is the low voltage. So this does have a feature to show how low your voltage dipped at any point during operation. So a quick press of the button, and you'll see that L come on and off. I'm on a power supply, so it's not going to change. My constant 11.8 is my low voltage. So if I press and hold, we get into our menu. And to navigate the menu, you just turn clockwise and then you turn counterclockwise. So the first menu option is LED effects, and since it's LED effects, I'm going to turn my LEDs on for the handheld. And again, you do this right down here. You got 3 settings: off, on with no LEDs, and on. Then again, you have your USB-C charging. So we are in LED effects, and first option is solid red. I'm going to select that, and everything's red. So what other solid colors? We have green, we have blue. Blue should be pretty intense, and it is. We have purple. Okay, purple's typically hard for RGBs. Orange is hard for RGBs to create. It's more of a yellow or a red. We have pink. Pink is difficult. Yeah. And let's see what else we have here. White. You guys have seen white. We have a fade option. Just a slow fade. What else do we have? Rainbow fade. Okay. All right, I am going to go back to orange because the vehicle's orange and I already have tons of orange illumination in it. Okay, next option is brightness. And guys, this brightness, notice it says LED brightness. This is not display brightness on this unit. That is not adjustable. So we have LED brightness of 0, 50%, 25%. I'm not even going to bother with that. Safe mode. Remember, safe mode is the ability for this unit to mute itself if it loses connection to the handheld. So I'm going to turn safe mode on, and we're going to keep, what did I do there? I must have done something wrong because it said update failed. Safe mode on. Safe mode. All right, let's back out of this. Is safe mode on? Yeah, safe mode's on. So that was quick. It updated so fast I didn't even know it had done it. And we're going to go back into the menu. Sensitivity. Now this, unlike one of these guys, you can adjust knob sensitivity. And as you see, my current setting is 2 and I have low. So I'm going to adjust to low. We're going to exit the menu and I'm going to show you guys how quickly that comes up. Now I have looked at this and checked it out. You guys see that slot right there? I have taken the time to look at this. It is 24 clicks of the rotary encoder to get to full volume or a full rotation. So with that, we have the ability to change the sensitivity of the unit so that it can come up faster or slower depending on what you like. So here's 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, 4 clicks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 clicks puts us at volume level 66, 67. I'm going to hit the menu and we're going to come back to sensitivity and I'm going to go to low. We're going to exit the menu. I'm going to do the same 12 clicks from 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Puts us at like volume level 23, 24, or output level. And we're going to exit that, go back to sensitivity, and we're going to select medium. Exit the menu, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Puts us at volume or at level 40, output level 40 on that display. I like the way this comes up and down. It's more linear. It's not ramping up fast. If you were going to compete and you want to have very fine adjustments, obviously dropping down to low would be better for you, but I think for general purpose use, this would be great. So that is our menu. We have LED effects, we have brightness, we have safe mode, sensitivity, and then just exit the menu. And I'm going to turn these off. You do not have the ability to turn these guys off, but you can turn this off and save your battery power here. Even though if you have it on, it will run 11 hours with LEDs on. So guys, that is a quick overview of this unit. I will put it in the vehicle and I expect it to work flawlessly. If it doesn't, I will update you guys in a later video. And so I think that's it for now, and I will see you guys later. All right, real quick, I went ahead after I shot that portion of video and I installed the unit. It is over there in the shop. I'm in the wood shop and it's showing me I'm connected and I'm at 14.4 volts. So at that distance, which is much farther than I would ever be at a show controlling it, I have solid connection. So just wanted to show you guys that. Another thing I want to show you guys is right here on page 2 at the bottom, they have a warning about disconnecting or connecting any wires while the base unit has remote power will. It doesn't say maybe, doesn't say could possibly. It says will damage the unit. This includes RCA connections. So make all of your connections with the vehicle off, stereo powered down, and then power it up. Always make sure the remote wire is powered off before making any connections to the unit. So there you have it. Done with this video. I will see you guys next time.